Welcome to the Living in Bellevue, Washington channel. My name is Silva. If you are new here, this channel is all about what it's like to live and work in Bellevue, Washington. I tell you what it's like to eat, sleep, play in and around Bellevue and the surrounding suburbs. And today we are hanging around at Bellevue Down Town Park, which is centrally located right in the city. So if you are new here and you like this content, please hit the like button. It helps other people who are looking for this information find it a little bit more easily. And if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video to this channel. So today we're at one of my favorite places. Bellevue is located just east of Seattle, Washington, and it's a great urban area. You're gonna get to see some of the surrounding areas here, and we're at the downtown Bellevue Park. Downtown Bellevue Park is right next to industry shopping. We have high rises down here. The park is several acres long and it's a great meeting place. There's a park here, it's very whimsical. Lots of children and grandparents and parents hanging around there. I hope you can see me because it's quite dark in the shade. We have housing here. If you're within a mile of this park, you're probably looking on the very, very, very low end at something about $700,000 for a studio apartment. And housing within a mile is probably upwards of $2 to $3 million. At the very high end, I think what's on the market right now is $7 million if you're within a mile of the downtown Bellevue Park. I love this here because it's a great, like I said, meeting place. People come here to socialize, to exercise. They bring their kids, their dogs, their spouses, their family members. They come alone. It's just a great location. We're gonna take a walk and talk a little bit. So Bellevue has, oh goodness, lots and lots of outdoor life. And if you're looking to relocate somewhere, that's something you probably want to take into consideration is the community that you're living in. Most of my clients tell me what it is they're looking for, and then we really have to narrow down the right neighborhood for their lifestyle. Super important. Me personally, I like to have a good park. This park really reminds me of what you would see in a big grand city, maybe in, I don't know, Europe somewhere. I don't know if we're quite like Central Park. They have a lot more forest land, but you can probably see it behind me. There's seating. They do concerts here on occasion, and this is where they have their 4th of July celebration. So lots of cement piers here that you can see with lights on top, so it's well lit even in the winter when it's dark and gray out. And this loop is somewhere between 0.4 and 0.5 miles long, so it's really easy to keep track of where you're going and how many steps you're getting in or how much distance you're getting in if you're looking for tracking your activity level. Because Bellevue is much more urban, you do get a lot of condos for sale in this area. Bellevue has done quite a great job of keeping the city very nice, and they do pay a lot of attention to keeping the crime down and keeping the city clean and beautiful. As for parks, Bellevue itself has probably upwards of 90 parks, green belts, dog parks, playgrounds, little neighborhood parks. This one is quite large and one of the grandest, like I said, and I really do love it here. There's also the botanical garden. And like I said, it's a great meeting place for people. Directly north of the park is the Bellevue Square Mall, and it is, unlike the malls in the rest of America, it is doing quite well. The Bellevue Collection is what they call it, has Bellevue Square Mall as well as Lincoln Square. I think there's one more addition to it. So it takes up the block north of the park and across the street from the park, and there's also an art museum. But they have lots of shops, probably over 200 shops, restaurants, as well as shops, boutiques, and restaurants lining the streets of Bellevue. Very friendly area to go shopping and get a lot done. Great places to meet friends for lunch, for coffee, for dinner. Lots of options here. You probably have already looked in the school districts if you're interested in schools in Bellevue, if you're interested in moving to Bellevue. The schools are one of the top rated in the state. There's several public schools as well as private schools. There are foreign language schools. Lots and lots of options here. I always like to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We have a highly educated demographic here. So the students, the children of those people working for Microsoft or Amazon, also do quite well in school. And that lets the teachers teach at a nice high level. So you can probably see behind me a little bit. Some people have their dogs off leash playing. Some people picnicking. Some people like to come here during lunch breaks. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's a great day to be outside. We're gonna walk this way a little bit so you get a little bit of view of the city. Like I said, Bellevue has taken great pains to build the city up in the best way possible. There are lots of older homes on bigger lots that have been torn down and newer buildings have been built. There have been even buildings, multi-story buildings that have been torn down and rebuilt. And while some of the floors are maintained by industry, Bungie video games, a lot of them are living places as well. So I'm gonna turn around here. Let's see if you can get a view. There's also within the mall I think it's Lucky Strike's bowling alley, arcade, places to hang out. Lots of businesses have events down in Bellevue. So let's take a look here. So we're just at downtown Bellevue Park, like I said, and while it's green and lush and has the waterfall, we are also within walking distance of shops and restaurants and beautiful downtown area. It makes it a nice place for people who are working to come down for a lunch break or get some fresh air and some sunshine any day of the year. Bellevue, besides having all the parks, also has farmers market. It has a phenomenal library system, all part of the King County library system, so they trade books between the different libraries. Makes it really easy to access information you want and get it delivered to your library of choice. They have concerts in the park. Something else they do in Bellevue that's appreciated by all, they like to do something they call Snowflake Lane, and they have parades and snowfall during the winter season. So like I said, this is a place that you're gonna see, you know, pretty much everybody. Right now the kids are all in school, but when the kids are out of school, there's lots of kids that will be down here playing football, playing frisbee, hanging out and talking. It really is a great location to do those things. And like I said, we're so centrally located to the mall and shopping and restaurants, but we're also not very far away from the Microsoft headquarters. We're not very far away from Amazon. We're not very far away from Starbucks. We're not very far away from Nordstrom. We are probably 5 miles outside of downtown Seattle. Anything that you want to get to, anything that you need to get to, you can certainly find in Bellevue. If you want to get outside of Bellevue, if you work and live in Bellevue and you want to have more of a athletic endeavor than just a walk around the park, we're probably 15 minutes away from Tiger Mountain. That's a nice mountain to hike. You can take a hike up to Poo Poo Point. You can take a hike up to the summit of Tiger. They're, you know, foothills, but it's a nice place. You can go a little further. If you drive maybe 40 minutes to Snoqualmie Pass, there's skiing in the winter. So Bellevue is centrally located. If you go the opposite direction, if you go west, you can go to Seattle and to the aquarium, to Pike Place Market. That's where all your visitors who visit you are going to want to go. We also have Puget Sound. People do sailing. There are houseboats in Union Lake. And if you go a little bit further, you can get to the actual ocean over by Ocean Shores. I don't recommend swimming. It's super cold. Save that for your trip to the Caribbean. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite parks. There's a beautiful, huge patch of grass to visit. There's a nice walkway to come around. And there's a super cute, whimsical playground. When we get over there, you're gonna see it's got quite a few people there. Traffic in downtown is gonna have its, well, it's a little bit more of a city. I would say your weekend traffic is probably more hectic than Monday through Friday, just because so many people do come to Bellevue for shopping, for dining out. Monday through Friday, your traffic is going to be more substantial during rush hours because a lot of people are trekking to their jobs at Microsoft and back again. But otherwise, traffic through this area is really not terrible. It's also very pedestrian friendly, not just this park area, but Bellevue itself is quite pedestrian friendly because it has that urban build out, and the city has taken great pains to make it feasible for everybody to get around. Something new to Bellevue is the light rail. They are continually working on making public transportation more accessible to people who live here. So if you don't want to have a car, and many people in Bellevue do not have cars, you're still going to be able to get around either by foot. You should be able to walk to a grocery store in under a mile if you live in Bellevue. If you need a car, you can either rent a car, there's Ubers, there's taxis, and there's also the light rail to get around. So we're gonna head over to the park so you can just see how many people are here hanging out and socializing. Behind me right now is the waterfall. I hope you can still hear me. It's a great little place. And here we go, heading over to the play area. It's just adorable. I wish my kids were still young. They're too old for this now, but someday we'll come here with grandkids. You'll see we have lots of multi-generational families, so you'll see lots of grandparents here with their grandchildren, just as many parents. But you can see it around me. It's nice, it's padded, and it has lots of separate play areas so people can go in all sorts of different directions. You definitely get your steps in chasing your kids here too. So this is the downtown Bellevue Park. I hope you enjoyed our little walk today. If you are thinking about moving to Bellevue or any of the surrounding areas, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My calendar link should be down below, and if you want to get on my calendar, we can help you sooner. Me, my team, we're all here. We're ready to help you, and we're going to help you find the right place for you in Bellevue, Washington. Have a great day.